Hey guys, Ollie the Tea Guru. How are you doing, tea people? Been a while since my last video. I'm sitting here drinking, I'll show you in a sec, some Iwu Gale Shan selected tree, so quite exclusive. I'm not too sure whether this is single tree or single area of tree, maybe 3 trees or something. This is an autumn collection, autumn 2022. It's quite interesting tea, and it gave me the push to make a video. I want to make a video about qi specifically, because one thing this tea does, which is quite interesting in comparison to majority of autumn gushu, is that it pushes out its qi a bit more slowly. Now, the Chinese like to say the way that qi is delivered in autumn tea is like full sun, like high noon, if you like. Everything's delivered very, very quickly. It's very bright and shocking, and 1 minute you're sitting there tea sober, if you like, the next second sledgehammer. Whereas the qi of spring tea is delivered a little slower, so you get more of a creeping qi, more comfortable. The reason for that, generally, is that autumn tea delivers everything to you quite quickly. You won't get so many steeps out of it. That's why it's cheaper. So if it's delivering the flavour and all the other things, it will deliver the qi to you quicker as well, giving you that full-on effect. Whereas spring tea is a slow delivery. You slowly creep in. It could take you 2 or 3 infusions to really get going with a good spring tea, potentially. But the experience can quite easily go on with a good tea, 20 plus infusions. The qi is also delivered slowly over that time. So let me show you this tea quickly. So here goes my simple setup for this morning. So exclusive picking, Gale Shan. This tea actually is from Philip Lee of Iwu Mountain Tea. Kindly sent me some to test drive, and that's what I'm doing here today. But yeah, I mean, this, as well as the leaves being quite striking with a very bright olive appearance, this kind of tea is interesting because although it's autumn, it's not pushing out the qi, it's not delivering it super fast like most other autumn tea. The delivery is a lot slower and therefore for me more comfortable, which I found quite interesting. Of course, this is single stroke, very high selection or very low selection of trees on Philip's farm. So it would appear that the trees that these were collected from have their own character. Compared to the other teas, and I've tried many from Philip's farm. For example, in this selection here, the flavour was less, should I say it's more elegant, but what you get is much more of a beautiful, bubbly astringency, which I found very nice. It's more of an elegant tea. Philip told me that because this is quite new, it hasn't been off the tree for very long, he believes that the flavour should push out a little bit later on, so a little bit early to tell. Hasn't been processed into cakes yet, of course, is a factor. But also, because the qi is
it differs from most of the other autumn tea I've tried as well. I do find it quite interesting that the tea here also moves in a different way that I've previously tasted. So interesting.
Now, chi seekers, some of them may think that, you know, the more chi the better. I'm not really in that camp, to be honest. See, I kind of see drinking most autumn tea, most autumn gushu, if you like, the chi will hit you a little bit like you've drunk a pint of beer very quickly and you haven't had anything to eat. It's a bit of a shock to the system, and I don't enjoy it so much. Whereas spring is a lot more comfortable, just as or more hard hitting. So it's more comfortable. You know, you can be on the second infusion, sometimes the first, and you just get a little inkling of something happening. It slowly raises up. You feel good. It's not like a huge shock to the system, and it's just more pleasant, refined, and elegant, if you like. I'm not saying that there's people out there that kind of just use tea as a vehicle to receive chi. I mean, you know, if you do that, that's fine. But I'm just trying to make people aware of the different feelings of chi you can get from different types of tea, and you know, try and analyze the type of chi that you're getting as well. So chi will vary not just from the time at which it was harvested, but of course the region as well. You know, look at Iwu, for example. The different regions of chi, the different regions of tea will have different feelings associated with them. You know, sometimes villages that might be 4 miles apart, you can notice slight differences in the chi, whereas chi from one place in Iwu compared to another place in Iwu, which is fairly far away, will have quite a difference. Some may be much more meditative, some may be more stony and sort of forceful, and others may be a little bit meditative but also energetic at the same time. All these are factors. All these are sub-factors of one factor that makes a tea accessible as being good, mediocre, or bad. You know, when you're looking at a tea for what it is, you're kind of measuring the chi, the type of chi, the flavour, the type of flavour, the balance of everything together. How bitter is it? How astringent is it? Is the balance correct? And of course, the more money you pay per gram for tea, generally speaking, and it does vary from region to region, of course, because some regions just demand very high prices because they're famous. It's the same in other worlds. So when you get a good ratio, a good balance of all these factors together, you can kind of conclude whether you're getting your money's worth from that particular vendor or not. And me as a vendor, and as with all vendors really, we kind of have a bar that we set for ourselves, whereby we won't go underneath that. And I'd like to think that all the tea I have in store is priced correctly for what it is. Yeah, okay, I've got a couple of regions that command higher prices than other ones because, hey, you know, that's the price. But I don't tend to look at that so much. I really do prefer to see the tea for what it is and just completely disregard where it's from and, you know, the standing that that particular region holds, because you know, everyone wants a good bang per buck, and I just like to kind of, you know, it's quite fun to be able to walk into some regions, not physically because I never go there, but walk into some regions, discover what kind of tea is available in that area, and pick the right ones for our market over here. And you'll find with a lot of the cheaper tea that we sell, when I say cheaper, I mean sort of, you know, the budget to mediocre. What you might find is that some of them might be brilliant in one section of, for example, one might have okay mouthfeel, an absolute flavour bomb, the chi not very high, and you might find others that might have an exceptional mouthfeel, flavours okay, chi is okay. When you're looking at these lower price bands, you're not going to get the happy place of all three together. It's not going to happen, because if you do get that, the price of that tea is going to be 30% more, easy. But no, I mean, just some things to think about regards to chi, and I guess I kind of overspilt into overall assessment of tea itself, and I hope you enjoyed that, guys. More videos coming whenever I feel like it, and of course, everybody, happy cup.